Hello. It's me. Feeling bashful as usual. Never quite sure what to say. Who to be. Uncomfortable being me. But here I am. Ta-da! Yes, I know. We shouldn't begin like that. Putting all the attention on myself, but what are you gonna do? I've got a lot to say. Then why am I not saying it? I've actually traveled a long distance. Very long distance by foot. To get to this very point in time. To speak with you. So you would think that I would be much more forthcoming in my delivery, but I am reticent. It was a long walk. I won't bore you with the details, but it was a dare. Yes. I want to bore you with the details, actually. I want to tell you every single detail. But I remember the times that I'm on the receiving end of long, arduous stories. And how every detail just becomes some gory happenstance of lackluster imagination. And I don't want to hear anymore. And I'm projecting. I'm thinking that maybe you're the same. You don't want to hear my story. Oh my God, it's amazing. It should go without saying. But maybe you don't want to hear it because, like me, you're just tired of hearing stories all the frickin' time. But this one's really special. This one's different. This one is gonna knock your socks off. If I can ever just get around to telling it and quit thinking that you're like me and that you have to be told a story a very specific way. You know, it's gotta be perfect. A beginning, middle, and end. Character development. A deus et machina. Rising suspense. A cadence. A climax. A denouement. You've gotta have it all. You're a snob for the story, like me. But maybe you're not. Maybe it doesn't have to be all that. Maybe I don't have to turn into Jack Nicholson. No, I don't know how to do a Jack Nicholson impression. You get the point. We are storytelling creatures. Are we not? Why? Why are we storytelling creatures? Why? Why is there narrativity packed into all of our paradigms? and I woke up. Could have been 3 in the morning. I had set my alarm. At that time, it was a watch. No, a phone alarm. 3-ish. The coffee was brewing. The coffee maker was set to 3-ish. And I went to heat up my almond croissants and my chocolate croissants that I had confiscated, as it were, from the restaurant where I worked. And I would get up, and I was in that liminal, dreamy, honoric energy. Look it up, it's a great word, honoric. It will facilitate your storytelling. Had my coffee, had my croissant, and started writing. But guess what? The Muse was waiting. Well, hello, Mr. Binet. It's so nice to see you so early. To what do I owe this special appearance? Your museness? Museness. It's the best I could do. It's a combination. I know it is a combination of. Would you prefer if I called you Your Majesty? Why are you awake at this hour and summoning me? It's time to tell stories, Your Museness. You can call me Majesty. I don't know, I like museness. Your museness, it sounds like you're a mouse. I'm not a mouse. I know. You want me to inspire you, and you're speaking of me in diminutive terms. Do you really expect that to work? I like to tease the muse. No. You're not going to tease the muse. I'm here because you're here. Because you decided to show up for yourself at 3 in the morning. And I do like the smell of croissants. Wow. So you can just embody in this reality and smell the croissants and you like the croissants? So I love the croissants. If I were more embodied, carnal, physical, I would surely help myself to that nice little almond croissant over there. Is it so little? How can I help you? Well, I really want to try my hand at telling some stories. But, you know what, Your Museness? I am fed up with typical storytelling. I really am. I don't want to do it the typical way. I want to break the mold, and I was hoping that Your Museness could, in fact, help me and inspire me to break out of the mold, you know? To really just write something that is exciting and invigorating, not just typical schlop. The typical schlop. Yeah. You know, I gotta tell you, when I'm out there, and you know I'm a sucker for the thrift stores, Goodwill in particular, and I'm looking through the various books that are selling for $1 to $2. Your Museness, I get so frustrated. I really do. And why do you get so frustrated? Well, it's the voice and the imagination and just the constriction, and you know that I studied literature and I read the greats and the classics, and oh my God, what are people doing today? I'm bored out of my skull with their writing. There's no energy, there's no imagination, there's no unique voice. It's just everybody playing it safe, and I need you, your museness, to just take me away. I'm growing used to this museness. Yes, it's a charming title, isn't it? Where do you want to go? Really, that's the point. Your museness. I don't know, and I don't want to know, but I want it to be a good story. Couldn't you help? Of course I can help. Well, how do I do it? Well, I just tap you on the forehead like I've just done. That's it? Yes. It's kind of like you're a sprite with your magic wand and you just tap me. Do you want it to be more complicated than that? It's 3 a.m. You have a croissant to eat, 2, if I am correct. Yes, ma'am, 2 and coffee. Nice apartment you have. Yes, we're very lucky. Very solid roommate, very cool guy. And we get along. Good. Wouldn't want to wake him talking to the Muse. Did you just wake him up? I might have. Oh, he's not gonna be happy. It's 3. He's cool. But, he works. You know, he's a high school teacher or something like that. Middle school, high school. And, he's gonna get up early. It is early. I mean, he's gonna get up later than early. He's gonna get up in a few hours. Now you... Hey, Mark. Oh, you woke him up, didn't you? Hey. I can hear you talking through the wall. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. You woke me up, bro. Yeah. I'm sorry about that. Who are you talking to at 3 a.m? You really want to know that, Sean? Well, I'm curious. Do you have a girlfriend? Well, in a matter of speaking, I suppose she could be considered my girlfriend. The Muse is not your girlfriend, Mark. Don't even start down that path. I kind of like to think of her as my girlfriend. She's hot. She's really inspiring. Okay. Okay. Well, listen. Maybe you could tone it down. I gotta wake up in a few hours and I need to get back to sleep. Hey, Sean. Sean. Yeah, man. You like to write. Yeah. Yeah, I'm a writer. You ever met the Muse? What? You ever met the Muse, my man? I'm not sure what you mean, meet the Muse. I mean, I've been inspired. Is that what you're talking about? No, bro. Have you ever met the Muse? No, I think that's a metaphor, bro. That's from, that's not how it happens. You don't meet the Muse, you just channel the Muse. Yeah, but what I'm saying, bro, is that I'm talking to the Muse right now. What do you mean you're talking to the Muse? You come on in. Come through the door and see who I'm talking to. What? Come, leave your room, come into the hallway, open my door, and meet the Muse. Come on, do it. Bro, you're being ridiculous. I'm trying to sleep. This is either you being a jerk, or I'm just having a bad dream. Sean, get your ass over here. I want you to meet my new friend. How's that sound? You have somebody in your room right now? Yes, I do. Come on over. Check her out. I didn't hear anybody come in. Yeah? You didn't, did you? No, I did not. I would have heard. Well, I'm talking to somebody. Oh, yeah? I am. Then tell your friend, the Muse, whoever, to talk to me through the wall, and then I'll start believing that you got someone in your room that I did not hear enter your room. I'm waiting. Are you going to talk to him or not? You want me to reveal myself to your roommate? Yeah, you're the Muse. Talk to him. Through the door, through the window, through the wall. Hello, Sean. Hello? Hi. Who are you? I'm the Muse. I've come to bestow inspiration upon your roommate. Would you like a little inspiration too? Oh. God, New York City is so fucking weird. Would I like some inspiration? No, I'm okay, yeah, I would like some inspiration. I do, right? I can't say that I would not like some inspiration. So, why do you go by the name Muse? Is that like your profile name, or what is it? Sean, I am the Muse. I'm here because your roommate decided to wake up at 3 a.m. and write. And I came because he decided to show up. Okay. I really don't know what to make of that. Well, why don't you make out that it's the truth and get your silly, scrawny ass over here so we can talk? Oh, God, this I gotta see. Yeah, come on over. Come and see what's going on. Whoa. Yes. Wow. Wow. I'm pretty sure that I am not dreaming right now. So, Mark, what is going on? Yeah, you're not dreaming, Sean. The Muse showed up because I showed up. And what does that even mean? The Muse showed up because you showed up. I decided I would wake up at 3 o'clock and start telling stories with my croissants and coffee, and look who decided to show up. Her Museness. Her Museness? Yes, the Muse. Yes, we're still working on that title. Sean, I'm not really particularly fond of her Museness. Oh my. You do look different. I am. Yeah, but I mean, you look different. New York City has a lot of different, but this is different. Well, you would think. No. I would not think. You are definitely very different. You think? Yeah, I do think. What's so different about me, Sean? Well, you're very, luminescent. Like you're glowing, and you're practically... You are floating. And glowing. And very beautiful. And you've got some kind of wand with a star at the end of it. Yes, do go on, Sean. Is this a projection? No, buddy, I don't have any projectors here. Okay, Mark, what is this? It's the freaking Muse, man. I wanna tell stories, but I wanna tell real stories, man. I don't want to tell the fucking fabricated, pre-packaged, boring, cookie cutter, fortune cookie stories. I want to tell shit that fucking, matters. It's not like I gotta freaking churn out some schlock so I can be on the New York Times bestseller list. I want to write from my soul, and I just fucking... And I invoked the Muse. She came. Here she is. You really do look different. So, Sean, when are you gonna stop? I'm sorry, this is different. This is like me dreaming, but not dreaming. I'm a writer, and I know about the Muse. But the Muse is like some kind of literary construct, Like, it's not like a real thing. But you seem real. You honestly are calling yourself the Muse. And I've got something stuck in my eye. Okay, I want to go back to bed. Sean, you're not going back to bed. I want to call my dad. You want to call your dad? Yeah. I want to call my dad. Sean, it's 3 a.m. You're talking to the Muse and your roommate. Why do you need to call your dad? Because my dad has a level head. He's a scientist, and he would probably be able to explain you away so I can go back to bed and not have to think about something that is completely outside of my personal Overton window. Oh, that's a nice phrase, your personal Overton window. Yeah, my personal Overton window. Like, should I explain that to you? No, just get your dad on the phone. I'd love to talk to your father. Why is he going to talk to you? Well, he's going to try to invalidate me, no? He's going to try to disqualify me, delegitimize me. I love it when scientists try to do that. It's so entertaining. What? Why would you want my dad to actually just deconstruct you? Well, it will be very inspiring. Inspiring. Yes, of course, Sean, of course. So, when your dad starts to talk to me on the phone, he's gonna come face to face with his limitations. And there's going to be a lot of cognitive dissonance. I'm going to inspire him. You're the Muse. You're gonna inspire my dad, who doesn't believe in the Muse, to argue against you? Of course. I'm here to inspire. That's my role. Ting. I don't even think my dad will pick up at 3 in the morning. Why don't you give him a call and find out? Okay. Alright, I'm gonna call him. Just one moment, please. And we are live. Let's see if he picks up. Hey, Dad. It's me, Sean. Son, this better be a good reason. Why are you calling me? Dad, I'm sorry it's late. Yes, it's late. Why are you calling me? I need you. Okay. Is there any reason this can't wait until the morning? Well, I don't know. Alright, well, why don't you call me back in the morning, and then you'll know. Well, Dad, I honestly think it'll be too late, and I need you now. Sean, how old are you now? Dad, you don't even know how old I am? Not when it's 3 in the morning. I don't know how old you are. For real? Tell me how old you are. I'm 28, Dad. Okay, so you're 28. You're calling your dad at 3 in the morning, asking him for help. You need something. You're 28. Fucking figure it out yourself. Now I'm gonna go if there's not anything else. Hey, Dad, I need you to help me. I'm not playing here. I need you to help me. See, I get it. I was just awakened too. I was not happy about it because my roommate is sitting here talking. And then eventually he says, come on over here and meet somebody. And Dad, I'm talking to the person that I just met. Okay? You gonna call me at 3 in the morning for that? It's not a person, though. That's the problem. What? What do you mean? It's not a person. I don't know how to describe this. Okay. Just do your best, son. We really don't... I'm not even half awake. Dad, do you believe in the Muse? The what? The Muse. You know, like, you remember the old Greeks and Romans, they used to invoke the Muse when they would tell a story? Son, it's 3. Get to the point. What is the Muse, Dad? Why are you asking me this at 3 in the morning? Because I'm looking at something that claims to be the Muse, and my roommate is saying that it's the Muse, and I'm looking and I'm thinking that it's the frickin' Muse, and I'm calling you because you're the only man I know who could actually help me debunk what I'm actually looking at. I'm looking at something, and I don't know whether I should believe it or not, or what. Are you dreaming, son? No, I'm not dreaming. Yeah. Well, I don't even know if this is a dream. It's not a dream, Dad. I'm calling you for real. I'm calling you. This is your son. This is your son. Sean, I'm calling you so you can help me debunk what I'm looking at. Why don't you just accept it? Oh, you really think I'm dreaming, don't you? You've got to be dreaming. No such thing as a physical form of the muse. It's just a literary device. It's like metaphor. It's not real. It's looking very real to me right now. She's glowing and floating. Really. Did she talk? Yeah, she talked. She said, go ahead and get your dad on the line, because I said to her, I need to talk to my dad. My dad's going to help me. She's sitting here listening to the conversation, right there, listening. Yeah, Dad, she's listening to every word we say. She can hear. You're on speaker. We'll put her on the phone. I'd like to speak to her. Hello, Dad. Who am I speaking to? You're speaking to the Muse, Dad. The Muse. Absolutely, Dad. How are you this lovely morning? Okay. I'm tired. I'm a little bit groggy. I'm a little bit, I'm trying to catch up to what's going on. So what's going on? Well, Sean's roommate, you may know, Mark, has decided to make an appointment with Muse. And here I am. It didn't take much, just some coffee and some croissants, and I was here. Mark's really determined to tell stories that actually matter, and not a preconceived formula, beginning, middle, and end, typical plot, always trying to entertain, preconceived lines, and appeal to popular prejudice. You know. I don't really know much about my son's roommate, but sure. Yes, he's trying to do the right thing, and he needs a little help, so he invoked me. And your son woke up because we were having an animated conversation. Mark invited your son over, and here we are. Your son needs your help. Your son needs your help because you are very good at debunking things. Well, with all due respect, whoever you are, I'm not even interested in debunking you. You could just be anybody. Why would I debunk a person? Oh, Dad. I'm not a person. Okay, well, you're in New York City, so you could be whatever the hell you want to be. No, I am not really in New York City. I'm an emanation. I'm not in New York City. I'm emanating into New York City. So the emanation is certainly here. Oh, okay. So I'm talking to an emanation. Is that right? Of course. I would not come here into this city or into your planet. Well, that's really convenient, isn't it? Show up at 3, you're an emanation. Won't deign to actually appear. How can an emanation actually talk? Oh, Dad. Now I can see that we're awake and you're fully charged. Well, I would not say that I'm fully charged, but I am interested. I do light up when I hear such incongruous things as an emanation talking. If you're an emanation, where are your vocal cords? Dad. Is that the best you can do? Your son said you're such a high-quality, high-ranking debunker. So you're an emanation who talks trash, is that it? I am the Muse. I'm here to inspire you, Dad. How's that gonna work? Well, I'm gonna inspire you to throw everything at me, including the kitchen sink. Young man. Young man. Sure. I'm probably much older than you, lady. No, not at all. I'm timeless. Oh, okay, you're timeless. Yes, although before I ascended, I was hundreds of years old. Oh, is that so? Yes, Dad, that is so. Hundreds of years old. Yes, but no longer. So now you're in another realm, emanating and throwing your voice like a ventriloquist. Have I got it right? Not a ventriloquist, but very close. Yes, I do emanate a form, and I do emanate a voice. So if I can emanate a physical form, I can emanate an audible voice. It's not too difficult. Okay. Amusing. So, tell me, Muse, you're going to give some inspiration to Mark so he can write 3 a.m. Give inspiration. It's not quite what happens, but I am here to help him, yes. Okay. How do you know what to do? How do I know what to do? Yeah, how do you know? Like, there he is, and he wants to write. How do you know what to put in his head? Oh, what a brilliant question, Dad. You must be terribly inspired. Well, as a matter of fact, I do feel a little inspired now. Yes, you're inspired by the Muse to debunk the very existence of the Muse. Yeah, I suppose that's right. Sean, I do like your father. Quite a clever fellow. Muse, are you flirting with me? No, I would never flirt with you. Remember, I'm an emanation. Emanations don't flirt. Okay. How is it then? Next question. And maybe you'll never even answer the first one, but the next question is, if you're an emanation, how the heck are you responding to us in real time? So you got 2 questions. Dad, you're a scientist, aren't you? I am, actually. Quite proud of it. So answer my first question, then maybe you can answer the second question too. How do you know what to inspire him to write? Well, what the Muse does. Taps on the forehead, removes all the occlusions, obstacles, just all the guck that's in the way of connecting. Connecting to what? Well, the higher self, the thinker, the knower, the Akashic records, as you call them, all of that good stuff which you humans believe is up there, might as well be up there. I just remove the obstacle. And then, of course, I add a special energy. Right? And that special energy is what tells all those things, oh, it's time. Time to give over the good stuff to our writer here, Mr. Mark. So I facilitate. I put him in touch with everything that's there. And it feels like it comes from the Muse. Well, it does in a way. I'm the one that's getting everything out of the way. And so you naturally think that I'm the one doing it, but it's really just you connecting. I'm here to remove everything that blocks the connection. Why? Okay. Now I'm trying to think of the second question that I asked, but I can't even remember what it is. How do you know what to tell him? No, that was it already. Maybe it'll come back to me. Do you feel inspired, Dad? I do feel a little bit inspired talking to you. Yeah. Do you know why? Well, I'm really determined, as a scientist, to not let people be deluded. Oh, very good. I can understand that very well. So you think that I'm a delusion? Well, I don't know if you're actually a delusion. I just don't know what you are. Yes. Are you physically present in the room, or is it just an emanation? Oh, it's just an emanation. Why do you exist? How did you come to be? Well, I exist because humans need me. I don't need to interfere or intervene, but they need my interference and intervention. So I come to their aid. Why do we need you? Well, you need me because of all the wounding and trauma and conditioning that gets in the way between you and your higher self. So you need someone to come by and just clear the passageway. Do you think I would like to know why science is opposed to you? I am feeling really inspired right now to know why I don't believe. Yes, Dad, it's a great question. Yeah, why don't I believe that I'm talking to an emanation who is helping my son's roommate, who has helped people for centuries? Why do I not believe that? Nonetheless, you are inspired. You're inspired to ask. Yeah, but that's not the same inspiration as, a poet or a writer. No, it's not. But I do feel something. Yes, you're a scientist. Why do we not believe? Well, because you're actually clogged. I'm here to remove the clog. But if you don't call on me to remove the clog, I can't remove it. Why don't you just come and remove it anyways? No. I'm not your bitch, Daddy. Oh, okay. You've got to ask. Ask. So what would I learn if I called upon the Muse as a scientist? What would I learn? It's clear that, a writer or a poet, they get greater stories or poems. But what would I get as a scientist if I invoked the Muse? Yes. Well, you would find incredible inspiration in your field of study, your field of research. thought that would mean that you would have to take a kind of leap of faith. Believe. That's hard. I don't really know if I want to do that. Yes. Why? Just giving myself permission to take a leap of faith, and once I do that, when will it stop? I understand. You know that your science itself is a leap of faith. No. It is. With all due respect, Madame, I disagree with that. Well, tell me how you know that your science accurately represents or maps the world. Well, it's repeatable. There's hypothesis, theory, conclusion, verification, data, community of the adequate, all sorts of verification. Whereas just believing in the Muse and being inspired because you wake up at 3 in the morning with your croissants, that's not very verifiable. And how do you know that all of those methods give you truth? Because it's repeatable. Okay. But I'm talking about truth. Well, if I conduct the same experiments over and over and over again, and I get the same results, and that's verified by a community of the adequate, and that's truth. Truth or facts? Facts. There you go. Yeah, so, I know the atomic structure of hydrogen and carbon and all sorts of scientific facts. Yes. I don't need to take a leap of faith. Oh, you do take a leap of faith every time you extrapolate truth from facts. No. Sure. Every time you take a leap of faith. Just because you know the facts of something doesn't mean that you know the truth of it. Your truth is a new layer that you're putting on top of the facts. In order to go from one layer to the next layer, it's a leap. So, you're looking for facts now while we're talking, and you're not finding any facts. And so you take a leap of faith that says, I'm a delusion. No. You just don't know how to get the facts. You don't know what the facts are. Alright, well then how am I gonna get my facts? You just call on me and ask for help, and then if you get the help, then you've got your first fact. No, that's anything. That could be anything. That's right. You'd have to take a leap of faith that now you know the truth. The fact is, you called on the Muse. You felt inspiration. Then is there truth that the Muse exists? Ooh, that's a leap of faith. I can't believe I'm having this conversation at 3 in the morning. Yes. But obviously, there's something to it. Yeah. You dug your claws into the Muse. But I'm just an emanation. Oh, that was my question. That was the question that I forgot. I'm glad that you came back to it. How in the world did you start off? You said you're hundreds of years old and then you became an emanation. How did that work? Well, I am fundamentally a soul who is devoted, who is in service to the higher self of anybody who invokes me. So your son's roommate invoked me, but my soul doesn't come down here into this realm. Just an emanation. An emanation. Yes. My soul can emanate in many directions at once. Just think, if it was the real me here in this room, well, I'd only be able to serve your son. But think of all the other artists, excuse me, not your son's roommate. Think of all the other artists in the world who wouldn't be able to receive my services, who wouldn't be inspired because I would be taking care of Mark just tonight. It's like Santa Claus. No, there isn't a Santa Claus climbing down every single chimney. That's an emanation. Okay, so now I know you're kidding with me, and now I really think you're deluded, because now an emanation of the Muse is sitting here telling me that the Santa Claus is an emanation. It's not an emanation for adults. It's an emanation for children. And it's codependent co-origination. The children actually invoke the emanation of Santa Claus. Wow. Yes, just like the poets invoke the emanation of the Muse. So I'm a scientist trying to debunk an emanation. Yes. Yes, you are. Unfortunately, I'm giving you some really good facts. Those aren't facts, madame. It's just you talking out of your Muse butt. Oh, Daddy, you're so charming at 3 in the morning. Yeah, it's a little bit later than 3 now. Are you enjoying our conversation, Daddy? Yes, I am. Oh, you say that so begrudgingly. Why not live a little and tell me how happy you are to talk to the Muse? I am happy to speak to you, whether you're the Muse or not. It's undetermined at this time. Can you put my son, back on the line? Your son. Your son. Sean. I'm tired. Is this a prank? Is this one of your girlfriends? No, Dad. This is not a girlfriend. I've never seen this being. So you're telling me that the Muse actually looks like some kind of emanation? Like a projection, like a hologram just floating here above the floor. Yeah, like, at first I couldn't even tell because of her gown, but it's clear. Yes, the gown would be clear, right? Yes. So then you'd be able to see that her feet aren't on the ground, yes? Well, at first I couldn't tell, because the ground is kind of like the backdrop. But yeah, I'm seeing it now. I mean, she's floating, she's glowing, and she's really beautiful, and definitely the otherworldly, Dad. Can you take a photograph? I really don't think this is going to show up on a photograph. Take a photograph. I want to see a photograph. Well, Dad, I think there's a better way to do this. Yeah, what's that? Invoke her. Son, I'm a scientist, so I'm not going to be doing that. Well, how are you conducting science if you can't even invoke the Muse? How are you going to actually get literal data, yay or nay, Dad, if you're not going to invoke the Muse? See, right now, you just have cognitive dissonance and a prejudicial bias that there is no such thing, and therefore you won't call her. So now it's just it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. It's a preconceived bias. You're getting the results that you want. You don't want to believe, so you won't call her. Well, I don't think that I will actually be able to invoke her even if I called her because I don't believe in her. Well, you've got to believe first. But I don't believe, son. But you've got to believe if you want to get the knowledge. That's my point. What do you mean, Dad? That's the delusion. Once you guys start believing in this hogwash, then you get your emanations. But it's only a delusion cooked up by your imagination. You're just making this shit up. Dad, first of all, I didn't make anything up. It was Mark. Mark invoked the Muse, called my ass over, and now I'm looking at it. And I didn't even have to believe. It was already here. And honestly, I think that's pretty awesome that I didn't even have to do anything. Because I can even imagine, Dad, that if I walked in here, I wouldn't even see what Mark was talking to, but I could see it. Her. Sorry, ma'am. Museness. Museness. Yes, museness. Did we not decide on that? Museness? Oh, you humans. Were you not a human too? Yes, I was. Not so much anymore. So, Dad, so what I'm trying to say is you have to believe before you can invoke the Muse. And then you're gonna see the Muse. Exactly, son. Scientists they don't do it that way. What do you mean? We don't put belief before data, belief before facts, belief before perception. Of course you do. You believe the things that they told you in your textbooks, and then you went out and you saw them in reality. But it's only because you actually were told that shit in your textbooks. Your textbooks told you what to see, and now you see it. You believe your textbooks. And then the world, quote unquote, reaffirmed that to you. The textbooks that I studied were just giving the facts. No, that's exactly what the Muse is telling you. Every one of your facts they're really beliefs. No, facts are facts, beliefs are beliefs. I don't think so, Dad. No, what you're advocating is a kind of relativism. Every knowledge is a social construct. Everything's a matter of opinion. It's all subjective. You're not going to get that one by me. Well, I don't even believe that stuff. Good. I raised you well. Yeah, except I got a frickin' Muse here in front of me, and you don't believe it. Son, I don't know what's going on over there. Maybe you guys are tripping. Did you take some drugs? No, I don't take drugs. I gotta go teach tomorrow. I'm not gonna take drugs. Frickin' 3 in the morning. What's your roommate doing up at this hour? Mark, why don't you talk to my dad for a second? Hey, son. So, you invoked this Muse, huh? Well, yeah. I just was like, I'm waking up at 3 o'clock. I'd like to connect with the Muse. And I just kind of invoked her because it's not easy waking up at 3 in the morning and writing. I'm just tired. Yeah, we're all tired. I can hardly keep my eyes open. So, tell me, Mark, do you believe that do you believe in the emanation? Is there an emanation right there? Is my son telling me the truth, that there's something there floating? Yes, sir. Very beautiful emanation. Lovely voice. Funny, clever, charming Muse. So you really believe in this thing? Yes, sir. Yes, sir, I do. It was difficult for me to square. Yeah. But I want to ask you a question, sir, if you don't mind. No, I don't mind. To go ahead. Have you ever considered what it would be like if science were in touch with the Muse? No, I have not considered that question. Well, I mean, think about that. I mean, if it's true that the best poetry, best lyrics, even the best stories, they're all informed by the Muse. The author, musician, poet is touched by the Muse, and they wrote their best stuff. Why not have science be in touch with the Muse? Well, the Muse is, I think you know the reason. Well, I know what you would say, sir. I mean, I'm reasonably educated in these matters, and you are on speakerphone, so I know what you think. But sir, do you ever get to the point where it's just like for all of your science, something's missing, you know? It's like your science can't quite scratch that itch, can't quite account for everything, and there's something missing, but you don't know what it is, and you feel it, but you don't really have a name for it. There is some of that. Yeah, I know. How would you know that? Because I think all human beings are experiencing that to some extent. You know, science, or, you know, I don't mean to be disrespectful, but scientism, I know you know what that means. There's this, like, treating science as a religion, and people do that, and it's quite comforting. It's a lot of solace for these people, but they don't get everything they need. There's still some stuff missing. Yes. Right. It's like the very consciousness that's having this conversation, and the very consciousness that conducts science, is out of the reach of science. It's out of its grasp. So the very thing that's conducting science is not understood by the scientific process. Now, isn't that weird, sir? Isn't that really wild? I think that is very, very interesting. And when I invoke the Muse at 3 a.m. with my croissants, I'm like, I don't have to understand it to benefit. I don't need to know the facts of the Muse. I just open myself up, and boom, the stuff comes down. And I love what the Muse said earlier. It's like, she's not giving it to me. She's just opening everything up so I can freaking grok everything in the universe. Like, she's widening the bandwidth and lubricating it and putting me in touch with this guy and that woman and all these entities, whatever's going on up there. Now I have access. Like, I don't need to know that in the factual way. Like, as a scientist, I know it because it's happening. Like, I don't have the deets and the specifics of what's going on, but I definitely can feel it on my receiving end. I know for a fact that I'm being inspired. This is where I'm a little unclear about how you can't just acknowledge that. It's a fact that I'm inspired whenever I invoke the Muse. Now, how is that? Well, you're definitely calling it inspiration. Yeah, it's a fact that it's inspiration. Okay. So tell me how you know that fact of inspiration is coming from a fact called a Muse. Because I'm calling on the Muse. Right? I'm not calling on the TV. I'm not calling on the stereo. I'm not going up to the coffee maker and asking for inspiration. Oh, coffee maker, inspire me. I'm doing something very specific. I'm calling on the Muse, and it's a fact that I'm calling on the Muse. And then I get inspired, and that's a fact that I'm inspired. Okay, son. So where's the fact that it's the Muse? It's like you would turn on the TV to the Weather Channel and then receive information from the Weather Channel. And then someone says, how do you know it's a fact that the TV gave that to you? And it's because you got a freaking remote control, turned it on, turned it to the channel told you the information, and that's what the freaking TV does. But you can see the TV, son. Oh, man. That's where it comes. That's it right there. That's your belief, sir. Your belief is that if you can see it, then that's the only way. If you can sense it with the five senses, then that's where you get your facts. But if it's not in the five senses, it can't be a fact when it's obviously. Well, tell me, son, do you really believe that this Muse that you're looking at right now, this emanation, was truly once a human for hundreds of years and then became a soul and is emanating? Yeah, I don't know about all that, I'll be honest with you, sir. Hey, Dad? I'm in agreement with you on that one, and with Mark. The Muse is telling us this stuff. I don't know if this stuff is true. No offense, your Museness. None taken. I mean, I can't verify that she was once a human and lived for hundreds of years and then became an ascended soul. Can't verify that her soul is emanating. But Dad, I can totally verify that there is something here, and the description of emanation does seem to be factually accurate. That I can verify. And all this other stuff about her personal history, I don't know about that. I am fairly confident that if I asked this emanation to help me do my writing and inspire a story, I'm pretty sure that I would definitely feel something inspired. Okay? Sir? Yes, Mark, what can I do for you? Why don't you take the experiment, sir? Why don't you call on this Muse to help you do your science? I would like to know, I would like to see, I'd like to really hear what would happen if scientists started invoking the Muse. If scientists started invoking the Muse. That would be something, sir. And you could be, I mean, you could help other scientists do this. You could be a pioneer. You could really revolutionize science by invoking the Muse. Okay, guys, it's late. It's early. I'm not about to jeopardize my status my reputation by telling other scientists to invoke the Muse. Well, you don't have to tell anybody, sir. You can just do it privately and then get your results and then publish a paper. Maybe even a book. Just make sure that you get your facts and your data. Conduct your experiments. Because I gotta say, sir, I think science is pretty uninspired, and I think science is pretty, about as boring as the books that I read. Kind of captured, if you know what I mean. Captured? Yes, sir. I don't mean to offend you. Sean, I really don't want to offend your dad. I think he's pretty open-minded about this. Go ahead. Sir, captured means that there are interests that pretty much circumscribe the potential for science. Just as they do in literature and entertainment and news, there are powerful forces at play that pretty much delimit what's possible because there's an agenda, and it's like peer review or patents. Those are all under the influence, and it just keeps the whole field in question tightly under wraps, kind of like they have a term for it. It's called controlled opposition. And I even think it goes into literature too. It's like, if you're like me and you see what literature's written, it's just abysmally boring. There's no real imagination, there's no real energy there, and there's no real surprise, there's no enigma. I mean, there's a little bit. But with science, it's the same. Think of the science that would be practiced and conducted and even come into being if scientists invoke the Muse. That's mind-blowing for me. What if scientists started invoking the Muse? Because her role is simply to just open up the channel. That's all she does. It's not just her. Of course, if she wanted to, she could inspire personally with her own visions, intuitions, thoughts. But the real beauty of the Muse, as far as I understand from my experience, is just to clear the channel so that everything can come through. And then it's just a matter of constantly practicing that and opening up that bandwidth, keeping that channel clean. But think about that, sir. All the technology and perspectives and understanding that would flood into the scientific community if scientists started invoking the Muse. And then that would have a systemic ripple effect on society as a whole, sir. And it could start with you. It could literally start with you. Start invoking the Muse and clearing the channel and getting the insights that would advance science, because science is quite captured, sir. And it is controlled opposition under the influence of very powerful interests, sir. And there is an investment in promoting science that keeps us stuck. I'm sorry, sir, I don't mean to offend you. I know you've been practicing science for decades, but my intuition is that until the scientists start invoking the Muse, we're gonna still stay quite stuck. It's a great conversation, isn't it, Sean? I love the fact that you came in here. Put your dad on speaker. Nothing like a four-way conversation between two writers, a scientist, and the Muse. Hello, Dad. Is the Muse? Yes, Dad, it's the Muse. Glad you're there with my sons. Wonderful that you would say that. You know, I'm gonna entertain this idea just for fun, not because I believe it. I have not been convinced yet, but I am opening my mind just because why the hell not? If a scientist invoked you, would you come? If you invoked me, I would come. Yeah, you really had to make that personal, didn't you? So if I invoked you, you would come? Absolutely. Why me and not other scientists? Oh. I'd have to make sure that they're sincere when a poet or a musician or a novelist invokes me. I know they're sincere. They're practically desperate. They need that channel opened because they feel an intuitive connection to everything that's out there, but they're blocked. They call it writer's block. Well, they invoke me. And Mark just wants to wake up and invoke me every day, and I just send an emanation his way. If you invoked me, I would send an emanation your way. Gotta wait till my wife gets a load of this. Oh, you want to put her on? No, she is fast asleep. She is not going to believe this. Well, your son's friend. My little storyteller. He's right, you know. How would you know? Well, I'm the one who clears the passageway. I have a pretty good sense of what's up there. So you're saying that I could advance science? Yes. You could start a revolution. Why don't you try it? Dad? Why don't you try? See what happens. Because I don't want to go down that route. Once you go, it's a slippery slope. I mean, I can't believe it's 3 a.m. and I'm talking to an emanation. Well, there you are. You're already down the slope, and you're slipping fast. Well, I'm humoring my son, who needs my help. Yes. But your son is testifying that, oh my gosh, he's speaking with an emanation. Now, unless you're going to have your son committed, you're at least entertaining the idea. You're at least indulging it. Why not push yourself a little bit further? Why not even frame it all as science? Oh, my son called me, asked for help, gave me some information. I decided to verify or falsify. And I got this result. Rinse, repeat. Yeah. It all sounds so good. Except when you become the laughingstock of the scientific community, and your reputation is destroyed. The very reputation you've spent decades building. Gone. There's no getting that back. I could lose everything. Lose my house, my job, my cars, even my wife. Lose my reputation, lose my happiness. Yes. Oh, I understand that. You do have to think this through. And while you're thinking it through, take a moment and reflect on what you've already lost by not taking a leap of faith.